What is going on, everybody? This is Eastside Rage coming at you with another video. But like a few days ago, my friend Nick sent me some interesting news regarding Star Wars Survivor. Played it, average. I mean, decent game. Could use some work, but I guess I would recommend you get it or whatever. But anyway, we ain't reviewing this shit. It's just EA's intentions, I guess, behind it or whatever. Apparently, they want to fucking make it available for last gen. I'm guessing for more sales, but I didn't read the article too much, so let's just dive right into it and see what clues we could pick up, and then we'll discuss later. All right, let's just read this real quick. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Okay, I forgot the Jedi. Pardon it. Is headed to more platforms during publisher Electronic Arts earning briefing. The company announced that developer Respawn is now in the early stages of bringing the Star Wars game to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It goes on to say Jedi Survivor launched at the end of April. Yeah, we already know that. Yeah, we don't need to read that. Okay, or whatever. Just want to know the reason why. I mean, try to find out the reason why they're doing this. The announcement from Respawn and EA, they bringing Jedi Survivor to older consoles, probably came as a surprise. Well, no shit. In February, the game director Stig Amusin, I'm not really too good at names, told Play Magazine that Respawn was skipping PS4 and Xbox One so the company could take full advantage of superior processors and memory of the PS5 and Xbox Series S and X compared to the PS4 and Xbox One. Don't know why they're going backwards. They even said here they wanted it to be a true next-gen experience, so why the fuck are you going backwards? Survivor was not first current gen only from EA as a company. Okay, so alright, I'm guessing things changed, but still. Alright, not really much of a reason to go on here, I'm guessing. I'm guessing they're just doing it for more sales, to be honest, but I still have my just have my opinions about it. Alright, I already got a hot take. I'm the king of it, but hear me out. I always try to make it make sense. But look, no, I do not think this is a good idea for gaming, to be honest. No, I feel, like I said earlier, this is just going backwards, honestly. It doesn't make any sense. You want this game to be a true next-gen exclusive or whatever, but you want to sit here go back to last-gen consoles that you're dealing with 10-year-old. I mean, I don't know how they're going to get it done. That game's going to have to be nerfed as hell. Even if I was still on last gen, I wouldn't want to experience that because it's going to have to be nerfed as hell. I played the game, and even though it isn't all that, the levels are huge. The game is massive. Or whatever. Like, come on, man. Like, how is that going to even work? I don't know how. Maybe they couldn't get it done. I mean, but this isn't like, okay, say Resident Evil 4 Remake or whatever, where you could nerf some things down. Or I mean, because even though that game was good, it still could be cross-platform. We're dealing with a fucking game to this fucking scale. I mean, I don't know exactly how big the game is. I'm gonna just take a look at it. This is the size. I haven't played it in a minute. And there are people. I understand there are people on last gen. I understand it's been hard, but it's now a lot easier to get next gen systems. Honestly, they're almost always, they're not always out of stock. You could always get them. You could always find them. I mean, don't trust scalpers. Don't do that. Oh yeah, and scalpers, they're also going out of business. Ain't really much of a shortage now. So yeah, you could try to go ahead and go forth and try to get them and everything. And as for it coming to last gen, like I said, this ongoing saga has to stop. It is not just with not just fucking Star Wars. I see it with other games, and I'm glad most games are starting to go to next gen and stop, leave these consoles alone. But there's still other fucking games such as even COD. I mean, I'm thinking COD still is doing that shit. I gotta look that up too. Yeah, just keeping it there or whatever for that extra fucking buck. No, that is not good. You're not gonna be able to make the game you want to fucking make. Honestly, especially if you're doing it. I mean, making same type of game for these four different consoles or whatever. Well, and from two different generations, it does not make any fucking sense. Honestly, this ongoing fucking thing where they're just fucking they're making it last gen and next gen. Well, let's just call this motherfucking current gen. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, I remember Review Tech USA, like, fucking years ago, like, when developers were finding out that they couldn't make the games they wanted or whatever, and they had to scrap projects and give out pre-orders. This might happen to this. I don't know. I'm not trying to say that, but what if this happens to this or whatever? You guys can't make the game you want. Like he said, let these last gen consoles go. Let them go. For real. It's donezo. We had a blast. It lasted for a while. I mean, even like flipping it back to the PS2, even though the last PS2 game, if you didn't know, was a FIFA something, and it was created in 2014 or 2013, one of those years. And I know there are some people that are saying, "Oh, Rajiv, they could account for sales. People are still on those consoles." Yeah, but there are people, more and more people every day going to next gen consoles. They are. I mean, they're not out of reach, like I said earlier. And I understand that not everybody's able to afford, a PS5 and an Xbox Series X or S. I understand that. I want everybody to be able to experience games. But like, as quoting Gaming Griffin, another YouTuber I like, gaming is a luxury. I mean, not a necessity, okay? Man, if you can, no offense, like he said, if you cannot afford to play some games on next gen, eventually you're going to be left behind. I mean, you're going to have to figure out a way if you want to keep that going. Hell, look at me. Look at me. I live in a freaking regular apartment in New York or whatever. I mean, I want to live in a condo, but what? No, I only make enough to afford to live here. That's it. Me personally, look, I want to drive a fucking Ferrari or whatever. No, I can only afford my electric bike. Same goes for gaming. Gaming is a luxury, not a necessity. And here's another example. And for some freaking reason, they believe, even in Grand Theft Auto community, some people who are still on last gen somehow believe, due to a lot of cross-gen titles, my bad, Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out for last gen as well. I mean, I guess this is off topic, but this is the absurdity I'm talking about. This is what this shit is kind of causing. Like every gen up until even sometimes 5 years, you got these freaking cross-gen title. 3 to 5 years, you got these cross-gen titles coming out. Now, no, this should be the last thing because people think they don't need to upgrade. These kids think they don't need to upgrade. They're gonna be okay, but comes to find out they're upset because they have no choice but to upgrade when it's too late. And I get, it's somewhat not might be some affordable for some adults. Just because you can't afford a console doesn't mean you're a kid or whatever. Doesn't mean you don't want to move on with the consoles you grew up. You're not or whatever. But yeah, like the mindset, it has to go. You got to fucking, just let loose, break free. This should be the last. Honestly, this should be the last fucking year for these cross-platform releases. It doesn't make any sense. I know I'm parroting myself and sounding like a broken record spinning over and over and fucking over, but you get my point. And as for EA, no, they don't care about, they're not doing this for gamers. They don't give a fuck about that. They're just like I said, trying to make an extra buck, and they're gonna nerf it. They're gonna have Respawn nerf that game completely to the point where it's, I'm pretty sure, not gonna be all that playable or likable. This release doesn't make any sense. They're just trying to get an extra buck out of you. They do this, these publishers and developers, they do this just for, just not for the community really. I only seen a few developers that will do something like this for the community, but they will do just for extra cheddar with little to no effort. Don't eat it up. But anyway, it's been real. This has been Eastside Rage signing out. Keep raging out, and I'll catch you on the next stream or video.